we got Bobby Dale here. Let's dive in. So, you're back into racing, yeah, doing ARCA.
Yep.
And we were talking earlier about how the racing world is better to have an Earnhardt in racing. And we were talking about how RCR, RC made the call to retire the 8 car until Brexton comes up, and I think the racing world is better when we have a Busch. And the list kind of goes on. So you're back into racing, and tell us again, you're 2 years into ARCA, correct?
Yep. So this would be last year I only ran 2 races,
okay.
But this is my second year back into racing.
Okay.
I'm planning to run the full season this year.
All 20.
All 20.
Yep.
How many races in are y'all?
We are 6 races in now. We just finished Toledo.
Yeah.
That was a down and up race. So.
Yeah. And so 2 years in, you ran a couple races last year, you said, and then you're wanting to do a full race this year. So tell us, what is it like going from your upbringing to getting out of racing and now come back in? How does that feel?
I mean, I feel like I've never left.
Yeah.
I feel better now than I did before, and I think it has to do with a lot of age, a lot of maturity. I've matured a lot over the years. I got out of it.
Yeah.
Took care of my family.
Sure.
Had to get a job and make sure that they were taken care of. My son started racing. My daughter started racing.
Yeah.
And just doing the family life, and then got opportunity to come back in it last year. And me and my wife sat down, and she told me, I either do it now and I don't do it at all. My age is getting up there, and I'll be too old before I know it.
Well, and you were telling us that when you and your family sat down, right? Because you got 4 kids.
Yep.
And it's how old again?
10, 8, 3, and 1.
And the joke was, are y'all having more kids?
Yeah, well, that's that is the question. We haven't said yes, we haven't said no. We're just whatever God has in store for us.
So basically, you heard it here first on the What's Cooking with the McLemore boys that y'all might be having the 5th baby.
I joke with Bree. That's the common question we get asked all the time is, we got a 1-year-old and how many kids you're gonna have? And I look at Bree and she's always like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm like, I'm learning real quick how expensive kids are.
And you said yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. But your kids are into racing, and you were telling us your oldest is really liking it, but your daughter.
Yeah, my daughter. She's I don't know if it's from where she's watched my older son race, and she's just picked up.
Yeah.
But she's gonna be good.
She's fast.
Yeah. And she don't care how she passes people.
Tell us a story about her racing and going to the wall. And
so she, her last race that she raced in, she got in a wreck and had to start at the back of the field.
Yeah.
One lap, she was past 5 cars, counting them, inside, outside, didn't matter where she was at. She's running the high line, coming off of turn 4, about to pass this other kid.
Yeah.
And their tires got caught together and shot her into the wall, and she flipped, and I looked at the tie rod went from straight to U-shape. It was
And then you looked at her broke arm.
No, she didn't have luckily she had a 5-point harness and the neck restraint and all that stuff.
Safe racing.
Yeah, she was shook up a little bit at first. She was crying, but she got back to the hauler, and I got down there finally with the cart, and she looked at me and she goes, Daddy, you going to be able to fix my cart for the next race? I was
awesome,
like,
dude.
yes, ma'am.
Yes, dear. Yeah.
That's awesome. So your kids are in racing, and now you're back in racing. So year 2, do you feel like you have your racing legs under you?
Yeah, I mean, this year's it's the year. I mean, I went to Daytona, the first time I ever ran to Daytona, and I've always said it's one track I always wanted to run before I hung it up.
Yeah.
And went down there and had a phenomenal race.
Yeah.
We everything went well. We qualified 8th,
Yeah.
and then we ended up finishing 9th. We dropped to the back just to stay out of trouble, and my first speedway race, and worked our way back up, drafting with Cleetus.
Yeah.
And just ended up ninth.
So how is it racing
awesome.
with Cleetus?
It was it's fun. Everybody, I mean, he's got his quirks, and he likes to do things off the wall. But
Sure.
I mean, drafting with him, it was pretty fun. He hit me under caution, waved at me, and I was like, all right, let's do this thing. We're gonna go
Let's
together.
go, baby.
Well, and it's I think it's the same, man. Like, we had Travis Pastrana hanging out with us last night, and they were supposed to run trucks last night, right? And no, they ran them this morning. Yes, right. So they ran O'Reilly's last night, and they ran the trucks this morning. So he's out there. And he said, let me go. We cooked him some steaks, and then we went and watched. And he's trying to learn a little bit. And he was joking about the Ram trucks they were in, because he's like, yeah, with the weather, we haven't sat in the car, and we have no real information. It's the first time the truck's been on the track. I'll see how it is. I'll see how it's going to go. But I think the sport in general is similar to the Earnhardts, or say Brexton coming up having a Busch on the track. I like the fact the sport's introducing, the Cleetus McFarlands and the Travis Pastranas, because I think it brings attention to the sport. And obviously you want them to be good drivers.
Yeah.
Now, they're going to be better than me, but you want them to be good drivers. I think Travis seemed to have a pretty good day today with the trucks.
Yeah,
And
last night we were hanging out with him here at the RV and ate and figuring out that we're going to race or not. He figured out, okay, we're not racing tonight. We're going to race tomorrow morning. So we stayed out there and watched the race till about midnight, and he's actually learning from what the cars were doing last night. He's like, I can tell you what I'm not going to do tomorrow on a pit stop based on what I've just seen.
Yeah.
So I was like, we're up here hanging out training Travis Pastrana, getting ready for the truck race. And I got through with him at midnight, came back over. Some folks come over to hang out. When the race was over, David Stark came over, and at 3:15 in the morning, I was going to bed after these guys left, and I sent out a few texts to the people that are here. They came over this morning. I was like, why are you texting me at 3:15 in the morning? And I said, because I can.
Yeah.
So,
Do you want the smoker open?
I do not want that smoker open.
Jay, do you mind coming and closing that smoker up for us?
They are ready, though.
We're actively cooking for this afternoon for the race. Oh, other way. There you go. Nice.
By the way, this is Jalen.
This is Jay's podcast manager. And we got the Pack Rat smoker right here. We're smoking up some beef ribs, right?
Yeah, beef ribs. Smoked them last night for about 6 hours. Put them on again this morning for another 6 hours, getting them up to about 202 degrees. So racing, man. Travis, I think, had a pretty good day, and then we had David Starr come and hang out. So we get done with the night, and obviously it was a late night with the O'Reilly's race that, unfortunately ended under caution at 91 laps. And I think the rule is you got to get half the race in, or at least 2 stages. So they got the second stage, and they ran some caution laps, and they pulled them off the track. And, you don't want to be biased in racing, but I think everybody's rooting for an RCR car. Oh, yeah. Considering the, Kyle Busch, situation. And it kind of sucked, man, that Jesse and Austin Hill were 2 and 3. Jesse had it.
Which
had it.
I think Ross Chastain he's a good guy. I've never met him, but I've heard really good things about him. But man, it would have been cool to see an RCR car, and I think hopefully they have a good day today, and maybe they could win one for Kyle. But David Starr, so it wraps up last night. It's probably 12. Yeah. And a friend of ours who works with David, he was like, "Hey, can he come by?" We're like, "Yeah." And David's run the Brett Baer car,
right?
And Brett Baer, we know him from Fox, and we sent some pictures to Brett. And they brought us his book, and we gave him a cookbook, and we looked at our phones at 3:15, and we're like, we might need to go to bed, dude. We had a great time.
I got a text at 12:15 after midnight, and the guy that we met that introduced us to David last night, his name's Barry. He said, he's taking his suit off, and he's putting on some clothes, and we're heading over.
Yeah.
I was like, now? He's like, yep. I was like,
David. You know David pretty well.
Yeah. He ran for MBM Motorsports whenever I worked over there at Carlong.
Yeah.
So, and I talked to him whenever I raced some rallies or Xfinity back then.
Super
nice guy.
Yeah,
very positive guy.
Yeah, and everybody's been saying the same thing about you, man. We got to meet you Talladega. We've hung out now a couple times. We saw you at RC's Vineyard, and Dad was saying this, man. Everybody that we have run into that knows you speaks so highly of you. And I kind of wanted. I think I asked this question a little bit earlier, but finding that voice was that was hard. You feel like that was hard growing up?
Yeah, I mean it was. I grew up is my family.
Yeah, sure.
And I was around racing my whole life, in going to different tracks with my dad and just hanging out and just doing what he wanted to do.
Sure.
And being there for them and being a part of it. It was great, but it was hard. I mean, I didn't really find my voice until later on.
Yeah.
Whenever I got into doing my thing with my racing stuff and building my career, and I don't really think I really found my voice until after I met met my wife.
Yeah.
So I think there's a good little similar thing between what you're going through and what John and I have gone through.
Yeah.
Masterbuilt, 50-year business. I was CEO for 37 years. John was third generation in the business. His life dream was to be the CEO of Masterbuilt. We ended up selling the company, and so John's trying to find his way as a 29 or 30-year-old guy, post Masterbuilt. The McLemore boys has really been his thing. We joke about this, but John worked for me for 15 years at Masterbuilt. Now I work for him.
I don't know about that.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
Just for anybody watching this thing, not just because I love the fact that it is his own voice within the McLemore boys, but to have his own identity.
Yep.
And for the past 5 years now, since 2000,
5 going on 6 or something like that.
So we can relate.
Yeah.
And I think he's done a phenomenal job. We're super proud of him.
Yeah, well, and
it's
it's
you and what you're doing. So
it's interesting because it's hard not to want to do exactly what they do.
Right.
Because you grow up and people see them as this figure, or they have these assumptions, and off camera we're actually pretty different. I'm probably more like my mom.
Right.
And people see us on camera and they make assumptions, and that's fine. But it took a while for me to find my voice and kind of get my legs under me and find that confidence.
Yeah.
And that doesn't come overnight, right? It comes with experience and time, and I think God being patient, God opening those doors, and it sounds like you've kind of had a similar journey where you're like, obviously you're proud to be an Earnhardt,
right?
But you want to stand on your own 2 feet, and you want to be Bobby Dale.
Yep.
And has that been a challenge for you?
Yeah. I mean, it has. I run Xfinity a couple years ago, and just trying to be my own person,
Sure.
and trying to earn it and work my way up the right way. And I don't really like I was telling you, this year just feels like a really good year for me.
Good.
We've had our downs, but I mean, we've also had really good runs. I feel really comfortable in the car, and I feel really comfortable this year. And I don't know if this is maturity, being around it. I'm making more connections than I've ever made this year. It's been a great year.
Well, let's be honest. We're rednecks. We never really mature.
well, I mean, growing old is not optional. Growing up is.
Yes.
Optional.
So
I've also grown more in my faith.
Right.
And I think that's a huge part of where I'm at right now.
Good and good on you, man. Because I heard somebody say the other day, the world doesn't necessarily need. We want more Christians. We don't necessarily need more Christians. We just need to be bolder in our faith.
Right.
And be proud of that. So good on you to stand on that. I mean, stand on your faith. I mean, obviously people know our core values. We try to preach them as well as we can. Faith, family, food, fun, freedom.
Yep.
But it's really fun when you get to cross promote and do these fun things with people in different industries like yourself, and you come from different backgrounds, but you still stand on the same principles.
Yep.
You have your faith, you love your family, you love your country, and you need to have all of those, and hopefully we can center around having a good time with some good food.
Yeah.
So tell us about Daytona. I mean, because you had a good race.
Yep.
Was that emotional? Was that what kind of experience was that? Have obviously known the Earnhardt family history, and you get the chance to run Daytona.
So I went into Daytona pretty confident. I felt that if I could get out on that track, I could do pretty well.
Yeah.
I loved it. I've tested there twice, and being out there in that race is just it was awesome.
Yeah.
To run on a track with the history it has in my family,
Sure.
and to do as well as I did, like it was just a godsend day.
So when are you racing Daytona again?
It won't be till next year.
Next year.
It's
Wow.
not on
I'm-
ARCA or series again, right?
Probably.
No, I'm saying it will be next year, but
Yeah.
you ran it this year.
Yeah. ARCA won't go back there this year. I think the Xfinity and guys, those guys go back.
Yep.
For the
In the fall.
Coke Zero.
But I don't think I would be allowed to run in the Xfinity Series at Daytona.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We'll get you there.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for you.
So that's what we're building. So
So tell us, because you mentioned you might run the race with Cleetus. What's it called?
The Crown Vic races.
The Crown. Are you doing that?
So I've ran the Freedom 500.
Okay.
And I've ran the Indy 800 at Indianapolis Raceway Park, and I'm planning to go to Stafford July 17th
Yeah.
and run the Crown Vic races with them there.
And-
I'm wanting to run all of them, all the Crown Vic races with them. But this one coming up is going to be pretty fun because I heard RCR Richard's going to be there.
Yeah. We heard that RC's going to race it,
Yep,
right?
Yep.
So to frame this podcast up, this is a 30, 45-minute podcast that we're now in hour 3 here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. They are practicing for the Memorial Day celebration here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Helicopters are flying literally around the track. The trucks are driving right below them. Right in between our RV and the Jumbotron out here is pretty amazing. Anytime that we're on location doing this, and Bobby Dale, I think we've apologized now about 3 or 4 times
We keep getting interrupted.
about getting interrupted with either a fan coming by or just people that we're hanging out with here. We are going to get through this episode, I promise. But as we've been talking through this, there's so many similarities between you and John Boy. Obviously, y'all are closer at age, and our families.
Man, that is
surreal.
That is surreal,
right there.
guys. Sorry, Dad, you're on a good comment. But that helicopter is 200 feet from us, eye level.
and 30 feet off the ground. It feels like
That is wild.
And as they came by, Jay is like, "Yeah, that's Army."
Dang Marine.
So that's what it's all about right here. We are grilling across America, celebrating America's 250th birthday in the Freedom Bus, Charlotte Motor Speedway, hanging out with this guy right here that we've gotten to know now for the past, 6-8 months.
Yeah, something like that.
We've met at different locations, Talladega, at RC's Vineyard, at the Helping Hero event, getting to know you a lot more. And if I've already said this in the episode, I'll say it again. What I've loved about getting to know you, Bobby Dale, is the people that we've run into. Sherry Wagner at Ashley Furniture thinks highly of you.
Yeah.
We were with Bobby Starr last night till 3:15
David
in the
Starr.
morning. David Starr. I said Bobby Starr.
Bobby was the guy that was with him.
See, it was
Dang
3:15
dyslexic
in the
redneck over
morning.
here.
David Starr was talking about Bobby Dale and how awesome of a guy you are. So that's what it's all about. All the people that we get to meet, we do appreciate it. These helicopters flying by are literally about as loud as the cars when the race gets started. And the Indy 500 is going on as we speak. We've got it on our screen at the RV. And when that race is over, who is actually flying here to try to do the double?
Catherine Legg, but I think she's going to be here a little before that's over because last I saw she was out of the race.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
she
got
wrecked.
caught. Yeah, she got. It wasn't her fault, I don't think. She got
Yeah.
caught up, but yeah, we'll see if she
So
can.
she won't get to finish both races, but she will race both races.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's just iconic to be here, not only at the world of motorsports here in Charlotte, but hanging out with Bobby Dale Earnhardt and getting to know you better. So it's been really cool, man. I know we've got a couple things we got to wrap up with on this episode. So John Boy.
So, real quick, man, you mentioned that if you could do Daytona before you hung it up, that would be a goal. Do you have any other like little, I don't know, things that you want to do in racing?
I mean, yeah, I just want to race.
Yeah.
You want to win a championship.
I want to win a championship. Just a race, just to be out here doing this, and so I run ARCA trucks. like way back in 2013.
Okay.
I was ARCA Truck Rookie of the Year, 6th in points. It was most popular driver. It was pretty nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but
Soft flex.
yeah, a little bit. But no, we there's this track called Lake County,
Okay.
and we went there, and it's literally like an 8th mile track,
Yeah.
and bumper to bumper, and passing, you got to move people. Well, I got a little too rough. I got black flagged.
Did you?
Yes. So
No.
That's pretty rare, isn't it?
Damn Earnhardt.
yeah. They said I was a little bit of rough driving there. I ended up finishing the race without my front end because we were bumping.
It wasn't your front end. It was the sides and the back ends
Yeah.
of everybody you took out of the race.
Yeah. No. So a lot of it was like in conjunction, people
Yeah,
hitting me hitting other people. But they looked at it as I was rough driving, and I got black flagged.
Wow.
I'd be proud of that.
I pulled in the pits, and one of the guys I took out was like 2 hollers down from me, and he was not happy. So yeah, that was
Did y'all get in a fight?
no, we didn't get in a fight. I stayed in my truck.
Was he bigger?
Yeah, he was much bigger. And I'm the type, I don't like confrontation.
Yeah.
I don't like to get in conflicts.
Yeah.
I mean, I will if
Yeah.
I need to, but and even if somebody wrecks me on the track, I get mad,
Yeah.
but I've not ever had a point where I need to confront them.
Yeah.
They've always come to me, apologized, and I've always, anytime if it's been my fault, I've always apologized. And I went and
Yeah.
apologized to that guy.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Afterwards, after the
Right.
fact,
Yeah.
after he calmed down.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably the one interesting thing about my racing career. Yeah.
Yeah. So, have you ever had maybe an untelevised moment that you're glad was not on social media?
If it was untelevised, and I'm glad it's not on social media, why would I talk about it now?
Right. Have you ever done an interview and woke up the next morning going, "Oh, I
Dude, we were
shouldn't
talking.
have said that."
We were talking to David about that. I was like, "You ever done a bad interview and just woke up the next morning and go, oh, I shouldn't have said that."
Yeah.
Yeah, have you ever
And you
done
know
one?
what David starts it? Nope, I'm always positive. I've never done that.
I
Which
was
is
like, you know
probably
what?
true.
I
Probably
believe
true.
that because that was a positive answer. That
Yeah.
was-
No, there's some podcasts that I listened to that I've done back then, and I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I could have said that different. Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have worded that different, and it would have
Yeah.
been better.
Well, we're trying to be like Joe Rogan and make this a 3-hour podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I think we've succeeded.
yeah, for sure.
Man, that is so cool.
Helicopters.
Them helicopters.
Helicopters.
So, all right, let me ask you this, and we'll kind of come to a close here. It's America's 250th birthday, right? And, you know, obviously, the McLemore boys were traveling in the Freedom Bus, and we're trying to celebrate, you know, the men and women and what it means to us. What emotion does that give you to be able to be driving now again and bringing the Earnhardt family back to the track and doing it America's 250th birthday?
Proud.
Yeah.
Proud. I
Proud.
mean, I'm proud to be American. It's pretty awesome to be 250 years of America. Very proud of where I come from. Proud of this country. Proud of the men and women out here fighting for our freedom, for our country, and just very thankful for God for allowing me to be a part of this.
That's what's up.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's pretty surreal, I think, to you look at the values of our country, and I think everybody's that does their part, right? I think everybody in their own little bubbles, like, yeah, we're doing all these things, and you kind of come to these races, and we were talking to the Speedway guys who own Charlotte, and they were saying how, you know, Daytona 500 is very patriotic, and it's the pinnacle of, you know, racing sports. You got Indy 500 going on, and you know, but Charlotte, the Coke 600 is the only race that is partnered with all branches of the military through the Department of War.
Yeah.
And they were really excited about. We're excited about the concert that's going to go on. They got a big name, you know, playing. But the thing, it was cool to see their executives and their team just kind of light up because they were most proud about the hour-long military celebration that they're going to do prior to the race.
Yeah.
And having all the branches of the military and having that partnership with, you know, Pete Hexeth's a good friend of ours, Department of War. He's doing an awesome job. But to have that partnership and what it means to be patriotic in this country and celebrating America's 250th. So it's just surreal, man. And then to have this bus here, and the people walking up just looking at it going, man, that's just cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
And hopefully that sheds a little bit of light back onto our men and women
Yep.
that serve.
Yeah.
So speaking of that,
Have you seen one of these shows that they put on or celebrations? No.
So-
have you seen one that they've done in
Not
the
in
past?
person.
Oh man, it's
I heard it's a 1 hour.
yeah. It's,
The pageantry is going to
Yeah.
be something to see. So we're gonna capture some of that.
Yep.
If we ever get through this podcast.
it's pretty amazing. I've seen it a couple times, and it's
Yeah,
I mean
I've heard it's amazing.
They do not hold back. It's awesome.
Well, I think it's going to be. I think it's cool that you're here hanging with us, and obviously we texted you. We're like, hey, why don't you come do the podcast? We were thinking we were doing it yesterday. The weather's been just a weird deal, and I was like, why don't you just come, this morning on Sunday, hang out with us for the day. So it's going to be cool to get to take that in. You got the helicopters flying by, they're literally right there. It's wild.
It don't get no more patriotic than that.
No.
It does not.
Speaking of patriotic, man, we always highlight a hero of the week and a verse of the week. Is there a hero in your life? And it could be somebody that served. It could be somebody, first responder, teacher, or just somebody impactful in your life that you'd like to highlight that's important to you.
So, two people come to mind,
Okay.
honestly. I have to say my granddad.
Yeah.
He's always been my hero in my eyes, always.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to say my uncle, my grandma's brother, my great uncle,
Yeah.
Terry Brown. He served in the Army, and his dad served in the Army, and his dad actually was a POW in World War II, I believe.
Wow.
Has a Purple Heart, and I've seen all his medals. And by the time I got to know him, he wasn't all there. His mind had then went, and just being around him is pretty awesome.
Yeah, and that's pretty
Yes.
amazing.
It was Terry Brown.
Terry Brown and Allan Brown.
Yeah.
Allan Brown. Man, he served in the Army.
Yes.
Yeah. And then your granddad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my granddad.
Wow.
How cool is that? Well, man, today we honor you, Terry Brown, Allan Brown. Did I say that right?
Yep.
And the late and great Earnhardt.
Yeah.
Man, so our heroes of the week, man, we honor you guys. Thank you all for your service, your sacrifice, and obviously what Earnhardt means to the sport. It's pretty surreal and cool to have an Earnhardt sitting here with us at Charlotte talking about some racing. Dad, verse of the week?
All right, so I typically will do a verse of the week, but we ask you as we were getting started on this thing, do you have a verse that you can share with us?
I do. I got a verse that
Let's go.
I have had with me for quite a while.
Yeah.
This Joshua 1:9 says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you whenever you go." And that one, it just stuck with me, and just He's always there with me, and always guided me, and I get in my head a lot,
Yeah.
and start worrying about things I don't need to worry about, and then I get back to giving it all to Him, and He always makes a way, always.
Always. My life verse is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens me.
Right.
So I think there's so much more we can benefit from if we really would just turn it over to Him. I've always said, if it's raining, you're going to get wet. But if you will be under His umbrella, you will not get wet. But we've got to get under that umbrella and let Him do it for us.
Right.
God always talks to us. We just have a hard time listening to
Yep.
Him.
Yep.
So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Appreciate the hero,
Yep.
or a couple of heroes
Yeah.
of the week.
And
It's been awesome.
And speaking of your faith, last thing, because we were talking about this earlier, how cool it is to have, people from different walks of life, different industries, but yet you come together with a common purpose.
Yep.
Yeah.
And obviously we all are like-minded about we love our
Yep.
country,
Yes.
and you got to have your family, and you got to have a free country to do it in, but your faith being at the core. Is your faith something that you've had to revisit in your life? Because I grew up a Christian, right? And I've been through seasons in my life where I'm like, I know where I'm going. I'm just I got off path.
Yeah.
And you kind of mentioned, man, this journey the last 13, 14 years since you've been with your wife and getting back into racing. How has your faith getting recentered? Was that a tough thing?
Yeah, it was. I grew up in church. My granddad, my mom's dad, he's a pastor. So I was in church whenever I was a kid all the time. And struggled with my faith, struggled with getting in the wrong crowd growing up. And but I met my wife 13 years ago, and ever since I've been on a straighter path. Just in the last year and a half, I've really focused on getting my faith centered, and it's really shown. I've turned everything over to him, and I still catch myself. Trying to do things myself without him, and then I get back centered, and I pray about it, and to get back centered it was a struggle for a while for me. But my wife was a big part of that. My kids.
She sounds like your rock.
Yeah, she's my rock.
Yeah,
she's the one who holds it down whenever I'm not there, and if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be able to come out here and do what I can do.
Sure. Well, because you mentioned that y'all live about an hour kind of out away from your family-ish. You got a little farm, and when you're on the road, you got her holding down the fort with 4 kids.
Yep.
Yeah. And I look at our situation with Bree and I. We've got a 1-year-old.
Yep.
And I'm on the road a lot, and she's holding it. So, man, behind every great man is an even better woman, is kind of what you say, and you've got to have that rock. And that's so cool to see you stand on your own 2 feet, get back into racing. I think there's an honor to that I think is really cool.
Yeah.
And to be doing that, I tell you, we've had the pleasure of meeting really successful people and maybe some famous people and amazing veterans and all these people. It's not too often that you hear of all of those coming together. Success, family, good relationship with your kids, faith. That's a hard thing to balance.
It is.
And AJ Styles comes to mind.
Yeah.
Great man. I mean, top tier success in his field. But yet, when you look at him as a man, there's more to him. He is a fantastic husband. He's a great dad, and he is bold in his faith. And good on you to be standing on those principles. And we all got to find our way. We're going to have moments in our life that you got to recenter. But look at that.
Right over top.
Man. That's crazy right there.
Speaking of recentering, man, we live in the greatest country.
Yes.
We do.
And I'm going to tell you one thing. That's one thing that I've had a lot of people comment and thank me for is staying with my faith and not being shy to progress my faith. And I can't think of the word.
Well, just being more bold.
Yeah.
Because there are people that will come into our path that will never darken the door of a church, and it is our responsibility to share the gospel with them. And when we are bold enough to do it, that is what God wants
That's
us
their church
to do.
sometimes.
We are their church. So
and
it's been awesome.
We all travel and work on the weekends.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think where 2 or more gathered, God is near. This is church right here. We don't need 4 walls necessarily to do it. It's us sharing our faith even together or out to somebody who might not know it.
Right.
Yeah. And if it touches one person, that's
the goal.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it's like that Billy Graham story. I mean,
I think it was a plumber
sharing his faith with Billy Graham, and look at the ripple effect it had on this world.
Yeah.
And think about Kyle Busch.
Yep.
You know, rowdy Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
but you look at the man behind the scenes, and just a fantastic father. He was proud of his faith. He was proud of this country.
Yeah.
And I'd like to think that, hearing him talk about his faith, and especially Samantha talking about their faith as a family, that he's up there planning a race with Dale.
Yep.
In heaven.
Yeah.
And
Davey.
Yeah.
Wow, what a person.
And he's probably, we were joking with somebody back there that Kyle's up there planning a race with Davey and Dale, and Kyle's probably telling God how to fix the race car and how to plan the track better.
Yep. That was
So,
Kyle.
Yeah.
But man, this was. I know we got interrupted a few times, but that's Charlotte. That's NASCAR, and that's the realness of our podcast and what's cooking is trying to just, hear what's cooking with you, man. And we're gonna have you on again. We're gonna be running in the same circles, pun intended.
Yep.
Yeah. See what I did there?
I got you.
Might get you in a more controlled environment.
We'll get you in a more controlled environment. We're gonna pull off some food here. We got some beef ribs. Excuse me. And but man, this was really fun. I think just getting to sit. There were a few things that we said that didn't get caught on camera. It was a pleasure to get to know you a little bit better today. I think there's a cool friendship that we got now, and what I'm more excited about is turning the camera off and just getting to hang and watch some cars.
Yeah.
What I'm excited about is watching you in the next race. Let's win one.
Yeah. Michigan.
So Michigan, when is that? 2 weeks?
2 weeks from now.
Yeah. So Michigan. Jay, we got to make sure this episode makes it out in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
For Michigan.
Come on now.
Come on now.
Yeah.
So we're also. I know I talked to you about this, but we're trying to put a deal together where we can go and run my granddad's 1996 Olympic paint scheme.
Okay.
The red, white, and blue paint scheme at Bristol this year, September 12th. And we're going to have the big American 250 on the hood. It's going to be pretty awesome.
So we need some sponsors.
Yeah, we need some sponsors for that.
Yeah. So, guys, if you're listening out there, let's band together. We want Bobby Dale to run your granddad's 1996 paint scheme with America flags and patriotism all over it.
Red, white, and blue.
Let's band together. Baby. Let's see what the internet can do. Let's see if we can put some money together, put some sponsors together.
We're starting a GoFundMe page.
Yeah, I'll start a GoFundMe page. Let's start
right now.
And I mean, heck, that's the power of the internet, man.
I know, right?
Let's put Dale's car back on at Bristol. You said?
Yeah, Bristol.
And man, how cool would that be?
I know.
Celebrating America.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we're celebrating America's 250th. Final thoughts or words? Anything else you want to share?
I'm just so thankful to be here with you guys, and I appreciate y'all allowing me to be on this show. And thanks to God for allowing me to be here with you.
Amen, brother.
Awesome. Well, dude, it's a pleasure to have you on. It's more of an honor to be able to call you a friend. So this has been another episode of What's Cooking with the McLemore Boys. I'm your host, John Boyd. We got our co-host, Big John. Our guest today was Bobby Dale Earnhardt. Man, how cool is it to share some stories? If you're listening out there on audio on Spotify, we appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to check our episodes every week, What's Cooking, on all the listening devices. If you're watching, man, we're here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. I think we're getting some racing in today. The trucks ran this morning. O'Reilly ran last night, and I think the race starts at 6 or 7, something like that.
Yep, yeah, 6 or 6.
And so if you're tuning in, thank you guys for watching or listening. It's been another episode of What's Cooking with the McLemore Boys. Make sure you follow us, themclemoreboys.com. Where can they follow you?
Bobby Dale Earnhardt on Facebook, Instagram. I actually just started my YouTube page too.
Let's go.
Let's
go.
And let's drum up some sponsorship money so we can put that Dale Senior car together for Bristol.
That'd be awesome.
Later this year. All right, guys. We'll check in with y'all later. It's been another episode of What's Cooking. We'll see y'all later. Woo! Oh!
See, closing us.
He's got to close us. Man, I suck at this podcast. Yeah. Look at that camera and say real proud for me.
From our table to yours, God bless.
There you go.
From our table to yours, God bless.
Woo! Let's go. Right here.